Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom, coming to you from Abiaze to Boase on the Mfantseman-Kumasi stretch in the central region. Now behind me is the spot where the late MP Echo Hayford and a number of his political entourage had to lay down, and he actually got his life taken away from him. Now Ghanaians woke up today to the sad news of the killing of the MP4 in Mfantseman. Now this particular stretch at dawn on the 9th of October witnessed gruesome murder of the legislator. Now he happened to take the seat from the NDC in 2016 and was hoping that in 2 months' time he could defend this particular seat once more. Now, barely 2 months away from the December 7 elections, he has been killed. Now, you should know that, following his passing, the president has, essentially described his killing as brutal and has called for the perpetrators of this crime to be brought to book. Now, the running mate of the NDC flag bearer, also Professor Jinana Epukwa-Jimano, has also shared her condolence with the family, has also called for the perpetrators to be brought to book. The IGP has also put out a reward of 20,000 Ghana cedis for anyone with any information that could lead to the arrest of the perpetrators. Also, doing that as part of this particular, sad event. Now, we do know that some special investigators have also been dispatched to help the Cape Coast security team to unravel and solve this particular crime. So behind me, as you can see, is one of the vehicles or the trucks that was affected by the incident, the robbery incident that took place on this particular stretch. We're going to try and speak to some of the affected drivers. Also head over to the family house or the home of the mother of the late MP and speak to some of his constituents. Now, we also do know that the driver of the particular car that he was in also has lost his life. So for now, let's begin this particular edition of the Citi Newsroom by engaging some of the individuals who unfortunately happen to have been affected by this robbery. Wow. Mbachopi, now what time robbery no happened?
Me first car capture me. Okay. Me bano na mi jira say me dwunso ti mi fi ka no musia na mu so fi wura no mu apie ewo baby akempro ne wono siro no na o ka chem say mi tumi ka ne nko na mi say obi a me dwunso mi ntu ka ne nko say na fi okita touch mi si tu ka ne ko by 3 times na mi so mi challenge no no yes say oba mi so na mi frɛ me brother onyi si ka ne ma me because me who say be a mad person now be on your collective visa. Ntina we need that come in feel say do asana etuo. Nti all of a sudden we say ba ku say pie wo enyima odimika eba touch ni bono enyima etuo ni kita no. Na feel say me ba down e de momu. Nto mo e capture me no no say me ntu car no. Ti tuo ni sim su sa na me di be si baby a car ni sin. So no mo say car ba ku say pie wo soro. Now so mo shout no so unpack e be shoot no na so mo lead no ode ne be cross ya ha what you who's nyina na obele yan down wo ha no mo say
enti na cars no be say ahe na
cars our capture here dey be from 10 to 15 no capture
omuji obia
including honorable now shooting no
time ben na honorable no ebe like oba
honorable ne ba ne dey na just o capture be almost 1 hour before honorable ne baba nti ye da ho na yeti say park one park here be shoot you say park sa na ode ne be twemu to ode ne be twemu cause ru ana yeti say tuo nu kasaba tuoni de ye da we na no motutu ka ba bia moto tuoni de moto more than 50 times nti otutu sa no no echi na osan be gina ye nchen an roba no obegina ye echi so no na okitetu na garden ye no nti obeja na okese mu MPP fu mu kra mu demi na ye hwehwe mu The data na him buyen say ye kumobi. So omo your operation ni na koye no be 30 to 40 minutes na police for nearby. Nti sorry na afi yet is omusu honorable yakobo amane so honorable yakakasa na me call na me hu say ye kum honorable no. Na mate ni so ayin down no so buy us ye kunu papa ya boni tu. Nso mba na oda car na nyim.
Nti omo kunu papa ahin.
Obo impa 4 na obo otu but honorable ni obi ono we fi mu. Me kan kra ye koye no omo ebrase me time mienu ebrase me dog grass baako.
Still watching the Citi Newsroom. In your shot is a single bullet going through the windscreen of the Mitsubishi L200, which some hours ago was carrying the late MP of Mfantseman MP. Now, I'm going to be joined by our Central Regional correspondent to essentially give us, put this whole thing in context as we essentially mourn the passing of the late MP. Covers, welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Welcome. Thank you.
Now, the scene here, blood, bullet, holes in the car. Give us some context. What's the background to, this unfortunate incident?
Well, early this morning at around 1 a.m., we had information that the MP for Mfantseman MP has been attacked by armed robbers. That is the information we got. So I came here and I spoke to people, and from what I learned from here, the people were saying that the MP was traveling in the company of 4 other people in this particular vehicle just behind us. So when they got to a section of the Mfantseman to Abiazi stretch, they were attacked by armed men who came from the bush. So when the armed men came, they just stopped the car and then they asked who is Kwanza Hereford, and then I think the MP raised his hands. At that time, they had told the other people in the car to get out of the car and then lie down. So they fired at the MP, and then he died.
Talk to me about the security situation on this stretch, the Abiazi stretch on the Mfantseman, to Kumasi, road.
Okay. I spoke to some individuals who live on this stretch, and then they were telling me security on this stretch is poor because one, there is no street, there are no street lights here. Police patrol is not intensive here, and they're actually requesting that there will be street lights fixed on this stretch. Police patrols will be intensified because, according to them, there have been series of armed robbery attacks, not only that of the MP, there have been series of armed robbery attacks. So it tells you that they need a lot of security on this stretch. Yes.
So, Calvis, with the interaction with the police, did they make any assurances on this particular case?
Yes, the police actually made assurance to the fact that they are going to make sure the perpetrators of this crime are brought to book. Then again, they also called on the individuals on this stretch to also volunteer information that will lead to the arrest of these individuals who committed this crime.
Great. All right. So let's take a look at that interview you had with the police PRO.
Currently, the body is at the morgue for preservation and also autopsy. Again, persons who were injured have been sent to the hospital, and for now we can confirm that it's only the MP who has passed on. All other injured are at the hospital. We are appealing to the general public that, as we all know, police will move with information. Anybody who have information about these incidents concerning the perpetrators involved, we are appealing to them to liaise with the nearest police station. Give us the information that will help to facilitate our investigations. Again, currently, the Regional Police Command has instructed and also taken over investigations from Mfantseman Divisional Headquarters, and investigations will be carried on at the Regional CID.
Still watching the Citi Newsroom. Right behind me are posters of the late MP with the president, and actually this happens to be the house of the mother of the late MP. We do know that some prominent members of the party have actually passed through already. Speaking of Afenyo Marking, for example, MP for Futu, we know that George Anda has also been here, Wutu Senya West, and some other individuals, Kennedy Japan, Asin Central. What we do know is that the regional minister, is or will be commiserating with the family as well. So we're just going to go in there and try and gauge the atmosphere and possibly speak to some family members if we do get them.
Mijina Oya Abain President Ekufo-Addo Nabain Nanem Masasu Mijina Amanyeku Party Kasa Sesiaro Wabem ɔyɛ new patriotic party nanem n'ekyi regional security council mpanyinfo a yɛhwɛ bambɔdo hwanem ma kɔkwansa ne maame mama ne yere na ne mba ɛnanum na agyanum ebusua trada nyinaa mama mo yakɔ asɛm kɛse na wato hɛ ade na webu ato hɛ yiwom ma yɛnya baabi ara yɛnhwɛ nanso akupɔn kɔdɔ na fi ɔyɛ na ɔnkyekye hɛ werɛ.
Still watching the Citi Newsroom. We're coming to you from the house of the mother of the late Kwanzaa Hayford. The mother can't speak, obviously. She's very sad. So we're going to speak to the uncle of the late MP, just to pick his thoughts on what the way forward would be for the family. Sir, our condolences, sir.
Thank you.
Now, your nephew.
That's my nephew.
Yes. The loss. How difficult is this for the family?
We've lost weight. We've really lost weight because that's the only son for the mom. That's my sister. The mom is my big sister, and in fact, to replace this vacuum will be a very difficult thing to do it. How can this be true? How can we accept this to be a true story? You see, it's just...
You are doubting is actually Robert?
We are doubting the whole thing. For us to accept these things, you see, it's very hard for us to swallow this pill. And...
So now, what would be your call, since you're having doubts on the...
Okay, of course, he himself is a security guy. You see, he's a family member, he has children, he has wife. That's his mom. We the uncles and the aunties are all around. They are not coming, they are not preparing to come. And of course, we will ask you see, we are just 2 months to the election. Tension is rising. The security forces or the National Security Agency should wake up, especially to give some sort of security networks which will cut down this type of because we cannot just understand why he has to go out without any security.
So we just moved away from the commiseration done by the Regional Minister Kwame Duncan with the family. Now the family have called for swift investigations and prosecutions of all persons who were involved in this. Now the Member of Parliament is beloved, like the President said, whilst essentially consoling the family. Now I have some members of the constituency here to essentially talk to us. Sorry. Sorry. Are you related to him?
It's my MP. Oh, yeah.
The pretty woman When was the last time you saw him?
There's 4 days. 4 days. Somebody feel also move me. I check. So move Baba show me. Are you one for you? Are you vice chairman? No, but retired politics na Mumbai. Na me so na boya kwa anopa ye break na ya kwa we aber. No solidarity. Aya braju aya man kasim so ba politics ni bi my na me so na bo. And no cry, my bama kasim come man market wo. Me no amo kakasa. And now 4 days no mo ba me feel mo so mo ma che. Me who my job no program I check. Into 4 days no ba me feel never fire.
Now the family head was saying that these type of things don't happen within the space. Talk to me about the security situation around. I mean this place.
Thank you very much. The security situation we have in Central Region or Mfantseman, I think is very, very poor. Our security in Mfantseman is very, very poor. The division commander and the security, the crime officer, and the CID, so forth and so on, they are not allowed to do the work that the IGP has appointed them to do. The only thing they demand is money. That's why this situation has happened. So I have nothing to say again. But the only thing I want to say is MP is gone. Either will bring his wife or Mr. Anefi. Otherwise, we, the coordinators and the police station executive, and including members of the Mfantseman, will not vote. We will vote only the presidential, not the parliamentary, because we have lost a great passion in Mfantseman. Thank you very much.
Wow, so there you had some members of the party and members of this community speaking right, around the house of the mother of the late Honorable MP Echo Hayford there. My name is Bobio saying you're still watching the Citi Newsroom.